The disrespect didn't happen overnight. It started with small things. Marcus, our newly appointed senior VP, began trimming the fat, as he called it. He saw the IT department not as the backbone of the company, but as a hole in the pocket. To him, if the servers were running perfectly, we were doing nothing. If the servers broke, we were incompetent. It was a no-win situation. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. I had just finished a 14-hour shift fixing a bug that would have leaked 50,000 client credit card numbers. I was exhausted, drinking a lukewarm coffee, when Marcus walked in with a smirk. He didn't thank me. Instead, he threw a printed spreadsheet on my desk. "We're letting you go," he said, loud enough for the whole floor to hear. "I found an offshore firm and a local intern who can do your maintenance for 20% of your cost. Honestly, you've been overpaid to sit in a chair and watch progress bars move for 5 years." I felt the blood rush to my face. I looked at the system monitors, the complex web of code I had woven to keep this multi-million-dollar ship sailing. "Marcus," I said calmly, "this system is specialized. It's not off-the-shelf software. It requires a manual handshake every Monday morning because of the legacy encryption." He waved his hand dismissively. "Blah, blah, technical jargon. You guys always try to make yourselves sound indispensable. Pack your things. You have 30 minutes. I did exactly that. But as I packed, I realized something. I didn't need to sabotage anything. I didn't need to delete a single file. All I had to do was nothing. I had been the one manually preventing the system from locking itself down every week. It was a security feature I'd implemented after a major hack 3 years ago. Without my specific administrative laptop and the unique local token it generated, the master vault would trigger. I walked out of the building at 10 a.m. For the first time in 5 years, I didn't check my Slack. I didn't monitor the traffic loads. I went to a movie. I went to the gym. I slept with my phone on Do Not Disturb. Monday morning arrived. This wasn't just any Monday. It was the day of the summit. The company's biggest clients from around the world were gathered in the main boardroom to witness the launch of the new global portal. Marcus had been bragging about this launch for months. He had told the board of directors that he was the one who streamlined the tech and saved the company millions in unnecessary payroll. At 8:59 a.m., I sat on my porch with a cup of tea. I looked at my watch. 3, 2, 1. At 9 a.m. sharp, the legacy heartbeat failed. Back at the office, the lights in the server room shifted from green to a pulsing, angry orange. Across 3 floors, every computer terminal emitted a sharp beep before the screens went black, replaced by a flickering red logo of a locked padlock. Critical system lockdown. The screens read. Encryption active. All data relocated to cold storage. The boardroom went into a frenzy. The CEO tried to log into his iPad to show the $500 million projection, but his screen was locked. The smart elevators stopped between floors. Even the coffee machines, which were integrated into the smart network, refused to brew. The cheap intern they hired was sweating through his shirt. He tried to force restart the main server, but that was the fatal mistake. The system detected an unauthorized reboot during a lockdown and triggered the hard vault. Now, the data wasn't just inaccessible, it was hidden behind a 256-bit rotating wall. My phone started vibrating. It didn't stop for 3 hours. First, it was Marcus. I let it ring. Then it was HR. I let it ring. Finally, at 1:30 p.m., I received a text from the global CEO's personal assistant. Name your price. The board is panicking. Marcus has been escorted out of the building. Please pick up. I waited another 30 minutes, just enough time for them to lose a few more $1,000s in productivity. When I finally called back, I didn't speak to Marcus. He was gone. I spoke directly to the CEO. I told Marcus the system needed manual oversight, I said, leaning back in my chair. He told me a child could do it. I assume the child is currently handling the situation. The CEO's voice was desperate. He was an idiot. We know that now. The investors are threatening to pull out because they think we've been hacked. Just tell us how to unlock the vault. It's not a hack, I explained. It's a security protocol. And since I'm no longer an employee, I don't have the authorization to help you unless you hire my new consulting firm. How much? He asked. $100,000 for the recovery fee, I said. And a 5-year contract as an external consultant at double my previous rate, with a clause that I never have to report to anyone like Marcus again. There was a pause on the other end. I could almost hear the sound of the company's stock price dropping in his head. Agreed, he snapped. Send the invoice. I sent the invoice, waited for the payment confirmed notification, and then opened my laptop. It took me exactly 45 seconds to upload the handshake token. Across the city, in that panicked office, the red screens vanished. The elevators started moving. The data returned. I never went back to that cubicle. Now I work from my porch. Every Monday morning at 8:55 a.m., I spend 60 seconds clicking a few buttons, and then I go back to my tea. Marcus is reportedly working at a car rental desk now. He was right about one thing, though. Someone was overpaid to sit in a chair and watch progress bars. It just turned out to be me on my own terms.